my dear people, you're welcome to the channel. So let me begin this way. If you have not been weeping for Nigeria, or if you have never wept for Nigeria at any point of your life, I'm telling you that this open letter to Jagaban Bola Tinubu will cause you to genuinely weep for Nigeria. I am telling you. Some of us still do not understand, or maybe we understand, but because of stomach infrastructure, we decide to become loyal to pain. And I am telling you, even when there are video evidences with regards to things that is happening in Nigeria, for reasons best known to us, probably the stomach infrastructure or what some of us get from this government, we just decide to become loyal to pain. And this is so painful. It is just so painful. I'm going to be reading out this open letter. It is as open and as truthful as it can be, you know. I'm going to be reading out this open letter to you guys, and afterwards play a video for you guys to see. But before then, have you been watching videos on this channel and you haven't subscribed? Please do me that big favor by subscribing to the channel, okay? And also please turn on the notification bell so that you're quickly informed at every single time I upload a video on this channel, okay? And for every one of you who has subscribed, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So now it reads, an open letter to Jagaban. Now, first of all, hear what Tinubu once said, okay? He said, even the obstacles on my way, I predict them before those that will bring them will start to think about them. I plan for betrayal, I plan for backstabbing, I also plan for reunion and forgiveness long before they happen. I expect nothing, I expect anything, I expect everything. This is what Bola Tinubu once said. Now the letter begins. My dearest Jagaban, you know very well that I have always liked and respected you. You will also recall that a few years ago, I warned you that everything that is being done to you today would eventually be done to you, given the choices you made at the time. I bear you no malice or ill will, but in view of what is happening in your political party, and given the fact that your good friend, co-conspirator and collaborator, President Muhammadu Buhari, has finally thrown you under the bus and dumped you, I am constrained to write the following. The bitter truth is that you predicted nothing and you saw nothing. The only thing you saw were your own vain delusions and insatiable greed, and the only thing you felt and that moved you was your blind ambition. You sold your body, spirit, and soul to the enemy and betrayed your people, even though we warned you over and over again that those you were dining with were far smarter and far more astute than you. Yet, even though all the signs were there, you dismissed our concerns, vilified us, treated us with contempt, demonized us, and sought to destroy us. Now the chickens have come home to roost, and the writing is on the wall. The signs are there for all to see. You betrayed and sold Lagos. You betrayed and sold the Southwest. You betrayed and sold the Southeast. You betrayed and sold the South-South. You betrayed and sold the Middle Belt. You betrayed and sold the Northeast. You betrayed and sold the Northwest. You betrayed and sold the Muslims. And you betrayed and sold the Christians. Simply put, you betrayed and sold everything and everyone in Nigeria just to feed and satisfy your psychotic obsession and compulsive ambition. Like Icarus the Greek, you flew too high and too close to the sun with your wax wings, puffed up and filled by your hubris and pride, and now you shall meet your nemesis. The spiritual wound that has been inflicted on you is irreversible and terminal, and there is no going back. The dark clouds that lie ahead of you are thick, ugly, frightful, violent, and impassable. You cannot make it through them safely or survive them. Your enemies have dug a pit for you, and you have already fallen into it. They have finally stripped you naked, grabbed you by your balls, and taken everything from you. You have lost your mystic, honor, glory, self-respect, following, clout, pride, reputation, and so much more. You have also lost control of the political party that you conceived, formed, nurtured, and built. The APC was your baby, and now they have taken it from you and are set to kill it. They fooled you, used you, dimmed you, and humiliated you, and now they are going to expose you, rubbish you, malign you, break you, crucify you, investigate you, and utterly crush you. You dreamed of being vice president in 2015 and you failed. You're dreaming of being president in 2023 and you will fail. In all your plans, what you failed to appreciate is that God alone rules in the affairs of men. You refuse to acknowledge or accept the fact that the presidency of Nigeria can only be given by God, and He gives it to whom He deems fit by prophecy and divine decree. It is not about money and power, and if it were, Olusegun Obasanjo, Umaru Yar'Adua, Goodluck Jonathan, and Muhammadu Buhari, who had neither of the two before being respectively elected as presidents, would never have made it. It is about God and God alone. It is for Him alone to give. It is about His purpose, His will, His counsel, His plan, and His glory. He owns the presidency, and the minute any man or woman attempts to usurp his role and think that he or she can buy it or maneuver his or her way into it by the usage of political intrigues, guile, sagacity, wisdom, power, knowledge, money, or anything else, the Lord disqualifies and rejects him. Such a person will fail woefully and may even end up losing everything he or she values and cherishes in his futile quest. God will never share His glory with anyone, and He will never support a man or woman that is prepared to mislead, betray, and sell His own people down the river just to justify his vaulting and insatiable ambition of becoming president. Yet, the signs were there, but you refused to acknowledge or accept them. They refused to give you a formal position in the national executive. They ensured that some of your key loyalists in the Southwest turned against you and opposed you. They refused to accept even one of your ministerial nominees, both in 2015 and 2019. They humiliated your protege, who you nominated as vice president, and turned him into a pliant and pathetic little errand boy with no testicular fortitude or shame. They drove your nominee at FIRS out of the office unceremoniously and have placed him under criminal investigation. They have divided the ranks of your loyalists and turned even your hitherto most trusted lieutenants against you. They insulted, undermined, marginalized you openly, and worst of all, they made it clear to you privately that they would never give you power. All this meant nothing to you, and you shamelessly continued to support their evil ways and toe their satanic and murderous line. Yet, if you did not care about what they subjected you to, ought to have cared at least about what they did to Nigeria. For the last 5 years, our nation and people have suffered because of the calamitous choices that you made and the inexplicable and unconceivable alliances that you forged. You propped up and supported a ruthless, heartless, corrupt, bloodthirsty, and cruel regime and tyrant, and a president that is clearly beside himself and whose mental and physical faculties reside in another realm and in another world. Consequently, our nation has been utterly and completely destroyed, our economy ruined, and our people decimated. They have been slaughtered, butchered, pauperized, emasculated, humiliated, marginalized, insulted, and impoverished. Hundreds of thousands of them have been murdered in cold blood in their homes, towns, villages, and farms, and millions have been displaced. Millions more have been ruined and economically destroyed, whilst our country remains weak, divided, and the butt of cruel jokes all over the world. Because of your choices, Nigerians are being subjected to persecution, physically attacked, enslaved, humiliated, lynched, scorned, maimed, killed, disgraced, evicted, and declared persona non grata, both at home and in distant foreign lands, whilst our foreign embassies are being demolished by miscreants and local criminals, even in supposedly friendly countries. I sincerely hope that one day you will reflect on all these and consider the damage you have done to our kinsmen and compatriots. Whether you do or not is left to you, but one thing that is clear: for the choices you have made, for all you have done, and for the sheer wickedness and greed that resides in your insensitive and dark heart, you will pay a heavy price, both in this world and in the world to come, and the Lord would hand you over to your political enemies. Permit me to conclude by quoting the instructive words of a tweet that I posted just yesterday after I heard about the latest developments in your party. I wrote, "First, Oshomole is kicked out by the Court of Appeal. Then his preferred replacement, Ajimobi, falls into a coma. Then his arch-rival, Giadom, is recognized by Buhari as national chairman. Conclusion: it is over for Tinubu. He has been thrown under the bus and retired from politics. I stand by those words. Happy retirement, my dearest Jagaban. May you live long to see the glory of our country restored and the damage that you have done to our people repaired. Shalom." Now this is it, and this was written by Femi Fani Kayode. Meanwhile, I'm going to let you guys see this video. Please watch.
Well, I don't speak for the presidency, but the president, as the leader of the party, has been invited to our next meeting tomorrow, and we expect that he will attend the meeting.
So, at that meeting, what will be the agenda?
First, the agenda is to look at the ongoing crisis in the party and find solutions to them. And I'll repeat and inform you again that my position is very clear. The National Working Committee cannot resolve the present situation in our party. The higher organ of the party, which is the National Executive Committee of the party, NEC, has the responsibility to wade into this situation that we find ourselves. And I'm worried at some of my colleagues who do not want to surrender the situation that we find ourselves to a higher organ of the party that can find solution for all of us. And therefore, I want to advise everybody and my colleagues and the entire NEC members to obey themselves with the Zoom code that has been circulated to them and attend the meeting as scheduled.
Is it also part of the agenda to dissolve the NWC?
Well, I don't speak for NEC. NEC will decide. I'm not aware that there's any intention to dissolve the National Working Committee. That is not before me. That is why it is the meeting, the collective decision of the entire NEC would prevail at the end of the day. And I will stand by the decision of NEC.
Well, which other of your the party leaders have you invited? Is this does this cut across board?
Every member of NEC has been invited. And I challenge anybody who has not been given invitation to please call me and I will send the invitation to him or she.
You mean is it that the member of the NWC are also invited? Mr. Ilya Deta and the rest?
Every member of NEC has been invited. And I repeat, any member that has not seen the invitation letter should please call on me. And I can assure him that the invitation letter will be given to him.
Is the party leader, Bola Tinubu, a member of NEC?
The constitution of our party is very clear. You can revert back to the constitution and you will know who NEC.
But I don't know if you have extended invitation to him. Have you, sir?
That's what I've said. The constitution is very clear. The membership of NEC is statutory, so you can revert back to the constitution and find out who are members of NEC. So it's not for me to read out our people who are members of NEC. So that's enough for you.
So, sir, on a final note, what would you be suggesting on the way forward to resolving all of this crisis?
So the way forward to resolving all these crises is to attend the NEC meeting. The NEC meeting will provide solution for all the problems that we have passed through for the past few months. If we don't allow NEC to prevail, which is their statutory responsibility given to them by the constitution of the party, then we will remain in the situation that we find ourselves. I want to appeal to everybody that the solution to this problem is to have the NEC meeting and to ensure that every member of the party who is a statutory member of NEC is given the opportunity to be part of this meeting. And we have so invited everybody.
So that is it, my dear people. Now hear what Deji wrote. Asiwaju of the bullion vans has been in power in Lagos for 21 years. Lagos has nothing to show except constant flooding. Simple drainage system they can't construct. His word is law there. He's richer than the state. He wants to do the same in Nigeria. This is what Deji wrote. Now, if after all of these, if after this letter, you still decide on your own that you want to remain under the stomach infrastructure, you still decide that, hey, you do not want to open your eyes and see that Nigeria is falling apart, then I reserve my comments for you. Do you understand? I'll just reserve it for you. Meanwhile, my dear people, please feel free to drop your own contributions or opinions about this in the comment section below. And then please, a very quick reminder, if you have watched up until now and you have not subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And also, if you have not turned on the notification bell, please turn on that notification bell, okay? And if you have not given this video a thumbs up, please give the video a thumbs up. And please share this video. Please share it. Everybody needs to see this video, all right? Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye. See you in the next video.